Hello, the name is Daman Dev Sood, your host for my weekly show, My Top Tips, every Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. IST. These days, I have been talking about information security, cyber security, and we'll continue with those discussions. This is third in this series, and today I am going to talk about the fraud checklist for phone calls. So October was a cybersecurity awareness month. That's where I started talking about these. Had to take 2 weeks gap also, and there are more than four to talk about. So this will continue into December as well. The first one was about email phishing, and the second one was about text message phishing. Today, I'm going to talk about phone frauds, also known as voice phishing or wishing. This can be difficult to identify, but there are common signs that should raise suspicion. With suspicion, our antennas must go on and we should take a pause. So, as I have been doing, I present a type of message, mail, or call, and then I give an example also, so that it remains in your minds and later on you find it easy to relate and then your antennas go up. So the first case I'm showing today is the caller asks you to share personal or financial information. Legitimate companies rarely ask for sensitive details over phone without prior confirmation. Example of that call may be, this is your bank. Can you confirm your full account number and social security number or Aadhaar number, for example, in India? It could be similar identification number in other countries to verify your identity. This for sure is a suspicious call. This for sure is to be ignored. Or the caller asks you to share a one-time password, OTP. Scammers often claim they need your OTP to resolve an issue, but sharing it can give them access to your account. The call may be, we just sent you an OTP to confirm a transaction. Please share it with us so we can proceed. You should always know that you have initiated a transaction. So if you have not, just ignore the call, please. Or the caller asks you to give them a remote access to your computer. Fraudsters might pretend to be technical support, and trick you into installing software that gives them control of your machine. For example, the caller may say that he or she is from Microsoft. This is Microsoft support. Your computer has been hacked or compromised. This is also a word that is used, compromise. Download this software so we can help you fix it. Or the caller tries to pressure you into making a payment or moving money. Scammers often create fake emergencies to manipulate you into sending money. The caller may say, your electricity will be disconnected unless you pay the overdue bill immediately. You should know whether you have been making the electricity bills in your family, or who is responsible for making electricity bills in your family, or in whose name does the connection exist. Only she should receive such calls. So the first check itself is happening within yourself. The caller is saying your electricity will be disconnected unless you pay the overdue bill immediately. and you should know whether it is overdue or not. Generally, you should remember paying your bills on time. You can make the payment through our secure system now. Or the caller tries to rush or panic you if you ask questions or want proof of identity. This is someone who is a bit better and attempts to go deep. Counter questioning. Legitimate organizations will never pressure you or avoid proving their authenticity. If you ask, they should provide information to you to prove their identity or and authenticity. The caller may say, "We don't have time for questions. If you don't act now, your account will be permanently locked." Or the caller claims you have won a prize or lottery you didn't enter. Scammers often try to entice you with too good to be true offers. If anything seems to be too good, believe that it's too good. Congratulations, you have won whatever amount and whatever currency cash prize. We just need your bank details to transfer the money. You know how lucky you have been in life. So just treat yourself to be like that. Did you buy a lottery ticket ever in dreams? Then only this could be true. Else, it's a trap being laid for you. Or the caller pretends to be from law enforcement or a government agency. Fraudsters may claim you are under investigation or owe taxes to intimidate you. For example, the caller may say, "This is the income tax department. There is a warrant out for your arrest unless you pay the outstanding tax balance right now." We generally are scared of law enforcing agencies. We need to be worried. We need to be concerned if we have bypassed or the law or broken some rule. So we may fall trap into such calls. But once again, whether you are even an income taxpayer, you need to know that. Whether you have missed a deadline, whether you have done something wrong, generally we all should be aware of our doings, outstandings. This is a real call I received last week. This is Karnataka Police. There is a warrant issued in your name for a fraud activity. Press 1 to know full details. What did I believe this to be? A phishing call. It was a pre-recorded message. I believed I had not done any fraud. I just kept listening to the message. I couldn't record it. I need to learn how to record a call when a call comes in on my phone. And the call got disconnected automatically after repeating the message 3 times. The message was, "This is Karnataka Police. There is a warrant issued in your name for a fraud activity. Press 1 to know full details." And I knew it was a fraud call, phishing call, voice phishing, which is also known as wishing. And the action I took was I blocked the number immediately and maintained my cool. Another example of a call that may come, the phishing call or the wishing. The caller asks for payment in gift cards, cryptocurrency, or wire transfers. Scammers prefer payment methods that are difficult to trace or reverse. The caller may say, "To clear this fine, purchase any amount, any currency in gift cards and share the codes with me over the phone." Or the caller impersonates a family member or friend in distress. And we have seen this type of example in mails as well as text messages. Scammers may pretend to be someone you know asking for urgent financial help. It's me, your nephew. I'm in trouble abroad and need you to send me money immediately. The moment we know someone known, friend, family member, near one, dear one, is abroad in trouble, need of money, we may fall trap. So be careful. Or the caller uses the technical jargon to confuse you. Fraudsters might use unfamiliar terms to make their story sound credible. For example, your internet connection has been compromised due to a Trojan attack. Most of us may not know what is a Trojan attack. If you ask me also, immediately I may not be able to define it very well. We need to access your router to fix it, and there is a tendency to fall trap to such call. Or the caller claims there is an urgent issue with your account or subscription. Once again, this type of example we had seen in mail phishing and text phishing also. The scammers may claim that services will be interrupted unless you act now. An issue with the internet today. Living even for seconds and minutes without internet is a big scare for almost all of us today. So your Netflix subscription is about to be cancelled. Provide your credit card details to renew it immediately. Or the caller offers to help recover lost money or assets. We are approaching the end of examples in today's discussions. This one is caller offering you to help recover some money or assets that you might have lost. These scams often target previous victims by claiming they can get their money back for a fee. The caller may say, we have traced your stolen funds, pay once again some currency, some amount, processing fee, and we will return the money to your account. Did you ever own any assets? First question. Have you lost any money? Any asset? Generally, again, we would be aware of losing something. So be careful about such calls, please, once again. Or the caller refuses to provide written confirmation or follow-up details. Legitimate organizations will always provide documentation when requested. The caller may say, I can't send an email or give you a reference number. You will just have to trust me. Please do not trust such people. Or the caller becomes aggressive or threatens you. Scammers might resort to fear tactics to manipulate you into compliance. The caller may say, if you don't transfer the money in next hour, your assets will be frozen permanently. This is a threat and is not to be believed. Or the caller's story keeps changing. Inconsistencies in the scammer's narrative are a major red flag. An example, first they say you owe taxes, then they claim there's suspicious activity on your account, and then maybe something else. Again, the antennas must go up. If they are not consistent, that means you have done nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with your funds, accounts, or relatives. All is well. And the golden rule, while I conclude today's discussions, hang up. If any of these signs appear, it's safest to hang up, verify the claim independently, and report the scam attempt. I have done this myself. Taking pause is good. Tell them, give me some time. Please call me after 10 minutes, just by 10 minutes. And most likely, they will never call you back. And then note down the number. Record if you could record. note down the details, write your story, and do a report to the police. All these will fall easily under cybercrime and must be reported. Must be reported. That's what we all owe to ourselves in the name of information security, cyber security, and being resilient, being safe. If you have any questions about today's talk or resilience as a whole, please feel free to write to me and I'll be happy to respond. I look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday also in my weekly show, My Top Tips at 9:30 a.m. IST, when we continue talking about more tips on information security and cyber security. Thank you. Bye-bye.